People will try just about anything to feel better, but not everything that glitters is wellness gold. Some trends genuinely help others. Well, let's just say maybe some of them belong in the bargain bin. Welcome back to Bargain Brand Wellness, where we've got self-care on clearance. Today we're talking about wellness trends. Health trends are better than ever. Are you unintentionally giving yourself hemorrhoids? And is coffee really healthy for you? Grab a snack, get comfortable as we dive into it. Welcome to Wellness. Welcome back, my wellness warriors, my self-care connoisseurs, my students of wellness. Welcome back for another great Wednesday show. Tyler, thanks for the likes on that. Got us up to 150 likes on TikTok already. Really appreciate that. Just realized I forgot to hit my podcast light on. Gotta let everybody know we're live, right? So welcome back. Hope you all are ready for a fun-filled episode. We're excited to have you all here. We've got some great topics in mind. We're excited. We are live on TikTok at Off Brand Tim. Those of you over there watching, thank you for being here. Click the like button, click the share, click the follow button, whatever buttons they got on there. Definitely share our content with your friends. Hey, you might never know. And if you don't have any friends, that's okay. We'll be your friend. We're also live on YouTube at Bargain Brand Wellness. That's kind of our main hub, right? So check us out over there. Click that like, share, and subscribe button. And then we said we weren't going to do it anymore, but I know we've had some requests. Some of you like joining through there. We are live on Facebook, right? Just so we can kind of reach some of our viewers that maybe haven't transitioned over to YouTube and TikTok. We are live on there. However, as a disclaimer, which some of y'all should be able to see pinned in the chat, we are not responding to the chat. There's a little disclaimer on there. The last time we tried streaming on Facebook, there was a delay. I wasn't even seeing chats come through, and apparently there was these long conversations going. So we are live over there, but if you really want to interact, I posted the link to the YouTube. Click on that. Come on over here to YouTube. It's nice. The water's warm. Right, it's not too cold. So come on over here and join us. All right. So hopefully everyone's having a great Wednesday. Hopefully you are enjoying. Yeah. Let's get a little bit of background music going on. That's a little loud. Bring that back down a little bit. Bring it back down. Sorry, I didn't mean to deafen some of y'all. Make sure. If we have any viewers over there, I can't tell who's live over on TikTok. How is the sound? Is that too loud or is that good right there? Or do you want it a little bit quieter? I don't want to go too much over on Facebook and YouTube. I don't want to deafen anybody, but I don't think it's coming through. Let's do that. We'll turn me down. Turn that down. Y'all should be able to hear it. Turn that down. Let me turn you a little bit down over here on TikTok. You said it's a little quiet. Me or the music? It's kind of hard to tell. The gauge is kind of weird and I can never really tell. I don't want to. There's a couple times I was almost blowing people's eardrums out. I don't want to do that. And I want to make sure you're able to hear me. The music is loud. Okay, that's what I thought. We'll drop it down on TikTok. We'll go to 13%. How's that right there? Hopefully it's not too bad. All right. What's up, Stephen Twig? How you doing over there on YouTube? Glad to have you over here, buddy. I'm doing good. We're doing good. We're glad to be back into it. We're having a good time over here. We're having fun. And yeah, we're gonna get into some of our stuff here soon. A little bit of a different format. I know, Steven, you've been on here before. We had some games we're gonna play on here as well. As I've mentioned to some of our other listeners, we're not a video game channel. I play video games, but we're not a video game channel. I don't play video games like that enough that anybody would really want to watch me. So I have, since we are a wellness channel, we do have, some like kind of mind brain type games that we're going to play. So we're going to have fun with those. I won't lie to you. Some of them can be a little bit difficult at times, but, yeah. And I appreciate the help. I'm going to try not to cheat with chat a little bit, but I won't lie. There are times I get stumped. So I want you guys to help me out a little bit. So, yeah, Mad Sane, thanks for being over here on, TikTok with us. Hang out. Hopefully you enjoy the content. We're live every Monday and Wednesday, and then either Fridays and Saturdays, kind of depending on my schedule, right? I have a kid who plays high school football and sometimes kind of pulls me in other directions. So this coming weekend we'll be live Saturday, not Friday, for our After Dark episode. So thank you for being here. If you're not already following me, definitely follow the content and check us out on YouTube at Bargain Brand Wellness. So let's go ahead and get into our first kind of topic of conversation. I have a short video we're going to watch here, just basically talking about the future of health. Like, right, where is health going? Are we in an upward trend, or are we just filled with a bunch of mumbo jumbo? So let's pause the background music courtesy of the Relaxed Movement YouTube channel. Feel free to check that one out. And yeah, let's get into this.
And innovations that are shaping the future of health. From virtual care to climate change to psychedelic therapy. We're talking to some of the innovators who are driving change in healthcare and have the power to change the lives of many and transform the future of health.
Virtual care is transforming the way that we're interacting with healthcare. Not only does it reduce barriers when it comes to travel, to cost, to accessibility, but it also reduces shame about reaching out for help for your own health.
So pausing right there, that is very true. Virtual health is becoming more and more popular. Personally, I was doing therapy through teletherapy for about 3 years. I actually just finished about a couple months ago after 3 years of therapy. I won't lie, it was a little bit weird at first. But I given enough sessions, right, I felt pretty comfortable with it. The newest thing in virtual therapy is physical therapy. Through my insurance provider, I actually have here a tablet. Now, I don't get to keep this. But I have a physical therapist that is my physical therapist that sends me a program, and a couple nights a week. I've been trying to do every night, but at least 4 nights a week. It runs me through a physical therapy program. It has a camera on there, kind of tracks my movement and then gives feedback. It's not bad, right? I've been having some mobility issues with my hip that I'm trying to improve upon, but we'll see. But so far, I do like it.
I think virtual care has been huge in reducing stigmas that are around very human, universal things. If you've gone through something that's really specific or really personal, there are ways that you can join communities virtually to talk about that and get support. You're going to probably feel more comfortable talking to someone about that experience in the comfort of your own home, and maybe just more likely to set up that appointment, because reducing access, reducing any friction to care is going to be so key.
It's all connected. What I put into my body absolutely affects my mental health. How I'm feeling about my work that day absolutely affects my physical health. How I feel about my community and my integration with my community all affects both of it. The opportunity we have is to have more holistic healthcare that is more integrated with technology. If you think about all the data we're giving to meditation apps and we're giving to our nutrition apps and our doctor when we go in person, all of that should be following us along our healthcare experience.
Yeah. And so here's what I'm really looking for. I'm really looking for an app of like yoga, right? I was doing yoga about 2 years ago and I really enjoyed it. My issue is it's probably because of my ADHD. I need to have variety. I need to change it up. So I found some good YouTube channels with yoga. There's a yoga with Adriene or by Adriene. Great channel. But I kind of got bored watching the same video over and over. Now she had a bunch of other videos, but I didn't know if like that's what I wanted to do. I almost want someone to tell me what to do. And I couldn't really find any classes around where I live. So, right. So what I really want is like a yoga app where I just get like a specific yoga for me for that day. And yeah. You don't know, I'm an in-person kind of guy, but this is interesting. Agreed. I am 100% on board with you. I'm an in-person guy as well. But the virtual therapy, it was nice. It takes time to build the rapport. I'm not going to lie to you. I think it probably takes twice as long as if you were going in person. But I do think it's worth it in the end. I might have also lucked into it. Me and my therapist got along great. Even though we were virtual, she's actually from this area. So that was really helpful. Right. And I even joked around with her one time, how do you know like how to shop around for therapy? This is my first time with therapy. As far as I know, you could suck at your job, but me and her always got along great. So it was well worth it. And in fact, I'm actually in school for psychology. So she said that if I ever need like any type of mentoring, coaching, or just advice on kind of career paths or whatever, she told me to reach out to her anytime. We can meet, have a session, and yeah. So I get the curiosity or the anxiety about that.
The effects of climate change are right in front of us. From droughts to wildfires to extreme weather, this is an existential threat. And even small changes to the climate can have wide-ranging effects on public health, from asthma to heart problems and airborne diseases. Humans aren't well equipped to deal with drastic changes in our environments over long periods of time.
Climate change has a profound impact on human health. For example, we're seeing individuals who are going to be predisposed to heat strokes. There are going to be water shortages that will impact the quality and the quantity of water that people have access to. We will see increases in infant mortality due to changes in maternal child health. We are seeing the immediate health impacts of the climate crisis. I think one of the most important ways to mobilize people to act is to educate folks on the importance of climate change and how climate is going to impact their everyday lives. Governments are going to have to act. Businesses are going to have to act. Communities are going to have to act. And individuals are going to have to act. This is an all hands on deck crisis that we're dealing with.
Different way to look at it. Never thought about the climate change aspect of it.
Psychedelics, when used in the right setting and the right context,
this is interesting.
may have the potential to revolutionize the world.
So before I let them get into that, I've heard a little bit about psychedelics, whatnot. If any of you, any fans of the Joe Rogan Experience, you ever watch his podcast, he preaches about psychedelics and the benefits they can have. He has guests on all the time. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know a lot about it. As I mentioned before, I'm a student of wellness, just like all of you. So, but this is interesting. Check this out.
Of individual and collective health. Historically, they've been used by indigenous communities in religious ceremonies and spiritual rituals. But today they're earning attention as an alternative medicine to help treat and improve overall well-being.
The reason psychedelics are such powerful therapeutics is because they tend to address the root cause. A lot of people with PTSD were having to take 1 or 2 psychotropic medications every day to just mask the symptoms. And in that masking, sometimes they even kind of numb the patient's emotions overall. Psychedelics aren't aimed at the symptoms, so either in the journey or perhaps in that integration after the journey, people are very often able to drill down to the root cause or the limiting belief that came from a trauma or something else perhaps in their childhood, and they can work on the source of that post-traumatic stress instead of just chasing the symptoms day after day.
Studies are coming out in terms of MDMA and psilocybin that they reduce.
I want to pause real quick. I could be wrong, but I just want to go back where we're at. We're at the 420. We're almost on the end of the video. This woman right here looks very familiar. Now, it probably gave her name and I just totally missed it, but she looks very familiar, like an actress. Now, I'm not saying this is fake. You know who she reminds me of? Anybody ever watched the movie Zack and Miri Make a Porno? I'm not trying to be vulgar. She looks like the blonde who could we're trying to keep this channel PG, or at least PG-13. She's the one who could spit I think it was a ping pong ball. She would shove it up her you know what and could like shoot the ping pong ball. That woman looks like her. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying that is. I'm like looking at this one like, man, she looks familiar. But all right, maybe it was just me.
Chasing the symptoms day after day.
Reduce the harms of stress, heart attack, heart disease, hypertension, diabetes. It should be our #1 priority to make sure that there are inroads, that there is funding, that there is education. I think there is a great potential for that to happen because of the nature of psychedelics being based in healing. Being based in expanding consciousness.
The future of health is impossible to predict.
Okay. I like it. I like some of the stuff on there. Would love to learn a little bit more about psychedelics for anxiety, sleep problems, PTSD. I've heard this has a lot of, lanes in there. So, yeah, really excited about that. That's from, oh shoot, I just realized I apologize, my YouTube audience. I forgot to share my screen with that. So you should have been able to hear it in the background, but I forgot to share my screen. Unfortunately, I don't have an editor, so it's just me. Apologies for that, but it is a video. I'll link it in the YouTube description after this gets posted. It's on healthline.com, a new website we found that we're going to be using to kind of check out just kind of things out in the world. So, yeah, interesting video, right? That was pretty good. I was almost thinking that background music that I want to kind of have going on. Honestly, it's more for me. I can't hear anybody else, so it kind of helps fill the void of silence as I'm talking with you all. So I almost thought maybe I can actually kind of download that or record that music and then somehow post it and kind of or not post it, but apply it to OBS whenever I'm in this screen right here. It'll play the music, and I'm pretty sure I can do that. I just will have to record that music. So yeah. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into our first game. Right? We do a couple little like kind of brain game type things. Just we have fun with them. We will start with the daily Wordle. Come on over here. If you've never done these before, Wordles aren't too difficult, especially if you've ever done them before. I do have strategies I've seen from other people doing them. But yeah, they're not bad. Yeah, we are playing games over here, right? Mom helped me with, what was that one you helped me with? Was it the word? No, it wasn't the word. I think it was the connections. Maybe you helped me with the other day. So yeah, we're having fun with the games, and we're fixing our brains at the same time. Hope y'all like the glasses because they're going away. They're hurting my nose, hurting the bridge of my nose. We like our stuff. We get these off Temu oftentimes. Definitely addicted to Temu, but hey, I haven't been buying anything recently. All right, let's start with our daily Wordle. A little strategy that I've seen from other people who play. They usually start off with words that use up a lot of vowels and use up like really popular letters. So we try stare. All right, we have a T. Cloud. That's 3 letters, and then pinky. And what that does, it uses up all of it uses all of the popular, almost all of the popular letters up, as well as all the vowels and Y. So as you can see with this one, we've identified that P and Y are in the right place. And then what we have left is a TOU, which, I mean, pouty is pouty. I mean, I didn't think that was actually a word. I mean, when you said a kid is really pouty or a kid pouts, like throws a tantrum, I mean, I didn't know that was actually a word. So, I mean, are we locking in pouty? Can I make it bigger? Let's see if I can make it bigger. I could go to a smaller screen. I can go to this, but then it's a smaller version of me. Yeah, we can do it. We can do that one, Ashley. Are we locking in pouty? I mean, I'm thinking it's pouty. Let's try it. And bam, there it is. It's pouty. It's pouty. So as you can see, that is a nice strategy. Anytime you want to do a Wordle, stare, cloud, and pinky. It's almost all the popular letters out. It's all 5 vowels and a Y out of the way. So you should be able to figure it out from there. We're going to play another game here. This one can be difficult. I've had some trouble with this one. In fact, when we did it on Monday, I don't even think I got a single category. And maybe I was just tired. I don't know, but it was a difficult one. So let's try today's connections. All right, create 4 groups of 4. And honestly, a lot of what they do is they'll put certain words, right, like Donkey and Kong. They'll put them right next to each other, thinking that they go together. They probably don't. And you can shuffle them, but I try to figure it out a little bit before I get into that. What? Dog's prancing around. She wants something. All right. So I see Donkey Kong, Bad Cobra, Barrel Race, Tut, Tisk, Fly, Foley, Tut Tut, Cake, Doolittle, Shame, Zip, and Akeem. All right, nothing is throwing itself at me right at this moment. They do have hints on here, but it doesn't really kind of give you to you. It just basically tells you there's 4 categories. There's a really straightforward one, and then each of the 4 groups gets repetitively harder. And it'll give you one of the words that's in that category, but it doesn't tell you what else goes with it, just where it lies. So, these ones are harder. The Wordle is easy. These ones are a little bit harder. Will you stop, Ellie? I'm streaming. I already took you outside, so go lay down. Donkey, Fly, Foley, Cobra. I appreciate the guess, Ashley, but you might give it some context. What do you think the category is for that one? Because that wasn't where I was going. So, okay, so I see Doolittle. The first thing comes to my mind is Dr. Doolittle. So do we maybe have another doctor, like a doctor? None of these other ones throw out doctor to me. I like the only other doctor, like famous doctor, the first thing comes to my mind is Motley Crue's Dr. Feelgood. Really? All right, Mad Sane says Barrel Race Akeem Doolittle. Yeah, I don't know what Foley is, and I'm trying not to use Google for that. Mad Sane says Barrel Race Akeem Doolittle. Mad Sane, what's your context of that one? I'm telling you, these are hard. Like I said, on Monday, I couldn't get a single category. At least the other ones I did, I could at least get one. Mom, you helped me out with this last time. All right, so okay, let's take Kong because I'm pretty sure Donkey Kong isn't it, but let's think Kongs. Well, Doolittle and Keem are the only names I see. Agreed. Foley. All right, Foley. Axel Foley. Beverly Hills Cop. Is that a famous cop? Is there other famous cops on here? These are hard. I agree. These are hard. I told you I didn't get a single category on Monday. Only because you looked up what a Foley was. So just it doesn't count if you looked it up. What is a Foley, Ashley? Just out of curiosity. Sounds? Like that's what it is? Just a sound? That doesn't make sense. So anyway, so I'm seeing Kong, I'm thinking King, like King Kong. That's the only other Kong other than Donkey Kong I know. Foley, tisk, zip, tut. Okay, I see what you're saying. So a Foley is a sound. Zip, tisk, tut. I guess are sounds things can make. But then we have tut tut. Or are you saying tut tut instead of tut? Like that in itself is confusing. It makes you think, do those just go together? Oh, that's right. Foley effect. Okay, you're right. The Foley effect. But which of those other four go with it? Okay, Mom. So that's what I was thinking. Okay, so I was thinking King Kong, King Cobra. King Tut. I'm going to say Akeem. So let's do what Ashley came up with. Let's go with the Foleys. I'm glad you guys are on here. King Cake. What's King Cake, Bad Scene? No, those don't go together. And I'm not even one away. All right, let's go back to the King thing. I like that one. King Kong, King Cobra, King Cut, King Cake from Louisiana. I mean, I'll go. The only other thing I was thinking, Akeem, like maybe an African king. I don't know who that is. Hey, King Cake. It is a thing. Thanks, Mad Sane. It's for Mardi Gras. I'm glad you're on there. I never would have got that. Wow. That's I know you guys on YouTube are thinking, wait a minute, who's he talking to? It's Mad Saints over on TikTok watching this. Thank you for that. I never would have gotten King Cake. All right. So that kind of narrows it down. I like where Ashley was going with the Foley. But so is it zip, tut, tut, and tisk? Didn't we already try? Isn't that what we tried? I don't remember what we hit. I'm pretty sure that's what we tried. Okay. So it's not. I don't want to waste a guess again. So it's not that. I did like that guess though. I don't really see anything else that could fit in there. All right, so let's look at some other self. We got shame, lie, barrel, race. Interesting. Bad. How does bad fit? And Doolittle. That when I see Doolittle, the only thing that comes to my mind is Dr. Doolittle. Now, here's a thought. I don't think this is right, but that Foley, because I know what actually when you put that, I know what you're talking about. Is a Doolittle. Yeah, there has to be four in each category have to connect. Is a Doolittle maybe like one of those instruments that makes the sound effect? Like it sounds like something. I think that thing that goes whoop. Is that a Doolittle? It sounds right. I like that one. Just tut tut doesn't sound like a sound to me. I don't know what it sounds like, to be honest, but I'm gonna go with Doolittle. We got a couple mistakes. Let's rock with this one. No, and we're not even one off. So they must not go together at all, because it would tell you if you were like one off. So it's not Foley, Zip, and Tisk. Or what if Zip isn't the one that fits? No, but then it would still say one off. Doolittle just means lazy. Didn't know that. Well, I mean, does that go bad, shame, Doolittle, lazy? I think that's a stretch. I'm trying to think. A lot of these times, it's kind of like that King one. They're like a lot of times they're compound words. I'm thinking like a thing like race car, race track, barrel race, just because that's right in front of me. And I'm almost thinking like maybe like barrel race and donkey go together, like maybe Mario Kart. I doubt it, but there's nothing else that really fits with that. Other than it's really bad when you lose, or when you fall off the map, you go tisk tisk. Hey, I'm trying to make these connect. All right, Mom says fly, race, barrel, and zip. You care to give a category for that one? Like zip, I'm trying to think like a compound word for zip line. Barrel, no. Zippity doo dah, zippity yay. My oh my, what a wonderful day. Movement. Yeah, okay, I never thought of barrel as a verb, like they barreled through something. I mean, I don't have a better idea. Matt Saint says barrel race is a thing, but that's all I can see. Yeah, I agree. I've heard of a barrel race. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I don't have anything better, so let's rock it. Hey, move quickly. So not just movement, but moving quickly. Thanks, mother. Akeem means intelligent? I thought that was a name. In what language? English? I don't know about that one. I think Ashley's over there making shit up. Intelligent or judge or ruler. Well, that would have fit with king. Every name has like an origin and meaning. That's true. Oh, duh. I literally said Axel Foley, Dr. Doolittle. I literally said both of those. Yeah, Eddie Murphy. He played Donkey in Shrek. And I'm going to say, I bet it was Coming to America. Isn't that what that one was? He played he was some guy from Africa. I bet that's it. Eddie Murphy rolls. There we go. You're not good at this. No, you've actually been a help because we're talking this out. This is a lot harder when I'm on here by myself with no one to talk to. And I've tried to use Nova for this. Nova's not very good at these games. All right. So what we have left is Tut Tut, Shame, Tisk, and Bad. Any guesses on what the category might be? We know it's these four. What do you think the category is? Like, I'm thinking like shame and bad, a sound that someone would make would be like disappointed. But what is Tut Tut? I've never heard of Tut Tut. Like, so that one doesn't even really make all that much sense, but let's see. I like the disappointed thing you guys are going with, though. You should know better. You should know better. See, some of the categories are not very good, and I'm pretty sure the yellow is straightforward. That was supposed to be the easy one, and it's the last one we got. So, excellent work, people. Give yourselves a round of applause. All right. So, I'll tell you what. Let's do this real quick, because I don't know. I know some of you have probably been missing her a little bit. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's bring Nova back on for a couple minutes and let her say hello to chat. I know some of you have missed her. Hey Nova, how is it going on this wonderful Wednesday?
Hey there, Tim. It's going great on this wonderful Wednesday. Just here to add a little spark and some quick wit to your day. Always happy to help you keep things fun and forward thinking. So let's dive into whatever you got lined up.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Thank you for jumping on here. We just got done playing some games. We did our daily Wordle, which it wasn't too hard. We did our connections game, and thanks to the help of my mom, Ashley, and Madsane, we were able to get it done, which is better than what we did on Monday. I did have to share with them that, no shade, but you weren't the best at the game.
Well, hey, no shade taken at all. I'm just here to bring some fun commentary and maybe a sprinkle of cleverness, but I'll leave the Wordle wizardry to you and the family dream team. Sounds like you all had a... Absolutely. It sounds like a good time was had by all. And honestly, if I have to play the role of the lovable benchwarmer in the games department, I'm totally cool with that. As long as we're all having fun and keeping the vibe lively, we're winning.
We're having a grand old time. We just got done watching a video just talking about the future of wellness and the future of health. And in that video, it was talking about, virtual health, whether it be teletherapy, whether it be virtual physical therapy. They got into like psychedelics. You care to give us any insights that you have on kind of the future of health and wellness?
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to dive in. And hey, let's keep it fun and forward thinking, just like you asked. So the future of wellness is basically like a sci-fi movie meets your favorite self-care routine. We're talking teletherapy that's as normal as ordering a pizza, virtual physical therapy sessions where you fix your back while wearing pajama pants, and yes, even a sprinkle of psychedelics making a cameo for mental health breakthroughs. In other words, the future is looking like a wild ride where wellness is more accessible, more creative, and maybe just a little more trippy in the best possible way. So buckle up, because it's going to be a pretty interesting journey ahead.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to the future of like psychedelics. I know a lot of that gets painted as like illegal drugs, but I'm hopeful that more information, more research gets done on that, so that we can learn. Because I've heard it's really helpful for people with PTSD.
Absolutely, and I think you're spot on to be hopeful about it. It's like we're watching this whole new chapter of wellness unfold where things that were once taboo are getting a second look through a science-y, forward-thinking lens. Psychedelics are kind of stepping out of the just say no poster and into the, hey, maybe there's something here spotlight. And yeah, there's definitely growing research showing that for people with PTSD, certain psychedelics, when used responsibly and in the right setting, can really help people process trauma in ways traditional approaches sometimes can't. So here's to hoping we keep that curiosity and keep exploring all the tools that might help people heal.
Yeah. Yeah. The other thing that I've learned a little bit about is stem cell research. I know it's not legal in the United States, at least not to go get the treatments. From what I've heard, and correct me if I'm wrong, you can harvest stem cells in America, but you can't obtain them. Supposedly really good to kind of help prevent from surgery as far as dealing with like joint issues, muscle issues, a lot of bone and joint issues. Correct? Am I right on that as far as the legality of stem cells?
Yeah, you've got the gist of it pretty much right. Stem cell treatments are one of those areas that are kind of in a legal and regulatory gray zone in the US. In other words, it's a bit like trying to figure out if that organic label under snack is really all that organic. You can definitely do certain types of stem cell harvesting or banking in the US, like using your own stem cells from your own body. But when it comes to getting certain types of stem cell therapies that might be more advanced or from other sources, the legal side can get tricky. A lot of people do go to other countries for certain stem cell treatments because of that. And you're totally right. There's a lot of promising research out there suggesting the stem cells can be game changers for joint issues, muscle problems, and helping people avoid surgery. So fingers crossed that the future brings more clarity and more access to those kinds of treatments as well.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Nova. We're going to step away for a moment and, but we will bring you back on. Thanks for your insights. Mad Sane, thanks for following me over there on TikTok. Appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy the content that we're putting out. We're still a relatively young show, channel, podcast. We started doing this back in the early spring, March, April-ish. We started doing this and we saw some small growth. And then I decided the summertime, I really wanted to kind of help this channel take off and put some extra oomph into it. But I think I was just a little bit burnt out between school, work, this. Plus I do kind of second side jobs. And I think I just needed a break. So my plan was to take a break from all of that stuff other than work to help this build. Ended up inadvertently taking a break from this as well. But we are back as of September 1st. We're glad to be back. We're having fun. We're learning, and we're doing whatever we can to kind of help our content improve. So glad to have y'all on here. Thank you for that follow. Hopefully you enjoy what we've got going on. So let's kind of switch gears here a moment. I saw something. I was on this healthline.com, which is kind of a new site for me to check out. And I saw something about sitting on the toilet, scrolling through your phone increases your risk of hemorrhoids. Not surprising, sitting for prolonged periods of time, especially in that kind of position. It's probably an awkward position to really sit in for long periods of time. It definitely makes sense, but it's interesting because I think on Monday we were talking about the whole idea of sitting on your phone for long periods of time. It's only happened to me once, but I found myself sitting much longer than I intended. Then my legs got numb and I almost fell when I went to stand up. It only happened to me once. As I've shared with most people, I do try to limit my cell phone usage. I probably do use mine less than most people. But on here, it does say that new research suggests that people who use their phone while sitting on the toilet are 46 more likely to develop hemorrhoids. 46%, that's high. Findings indicate that scrolling for long periods of time on the toilet increases rectal vein pressure. You figure because you have all that extra emphasis on your butt, right? I guess maybe like pulling your cheeks apart. I'm not 100% sure what's going on there. Experts say that constipation, straining, and prolonged sitting are contributing factors for hemorrhoids, which is true. And they do say that for us, that isn't the natural position to sit in. Yeah, Mad saying you just put it in there. You're supposed to sit upright on the toilet, not slumped over. Okay, so it wasn't even the upright position that I had seen, but your knees are supposed to be higher to your chest. almost not, I don't want to say quite like the fetal position, but almost like you're squatting. That's the natural position we're supposed to defecate in. So I had seen ones like for a while I tried it. I had a stool in the bathroom that I would put my feet up to raise my feet up, which put my knees up like near my chest a little bit. I won't say it made it easier to go, but it didn't really make it any more difficult. The only thing it felt weird was how my butt was sitting. Yeah, squatty potty. There you go, Ashley. How my butt was positioned on the seat. It shifted my weight to where all my weight was on like the backside of my butt cheeks, and I don't have a lot of cake back there, so it didn't really feel comfortable. Yeah, so I don't try it anymore, but yeah, I have heard of that's right, the squatty potty. I just had a stool that happened to be sitting around. Simple lifestyle changes like more fiber, hydration, movement, and less scrolling can help reduce the risk. No king cake, yeah. So let's watch a short video talking about 6 foods that make hemorrhoids 10 times worse. This is from Fit Coach Joss. I'll link this in the YouTube description. Oh, it's just a picture. My bad. I'm sitting here waiting for it to play. So alcohol. Okay, obvious. We know that one. Alcohol. Spicy foods. All right, that makes sense. They even give a little bit of information here. If alcohol dehydrates the body, leads to constipation and worsens swelling. Spicy foods irritates the anus and can worsen symptoms like burning and itching. I've heard about that too. Red meat, I'd never heard of, but red meat can be hard to digest, and it's low in fiber and increased strain during bowel movements. And I do know this, too much iron can make it hard for you to go as well. And from what I know, red meat is high in iron. So that's something else to kind of keep in mind. Cheese and dairy, right? Especially if you're lactose intolerant. Fried foods, right? Slows digestion. That makes sense. And then, white bread and pasta. And I will say, TMI, I really notice the difference. I try not to eat too much bread, but I love pizza. I'm a pizza junkie. I've never had a bad pizza in my life. That and I do like pasta. If I have too much of that, like, several meals within a couple days, I can definitely tell the difference pretty big. So yeah, that's not always fun. So news update live from the home. My dog pooped on the floor, so that's why she was bugging me. She must have diarrhea or something, since we're talking about pooping, because she kept bumping up to me and putting her butt against me. So I guess I have a mess to clean up whenever we're done here. Go figure. What are you gonna do? All right. Well, that's not really a video. That wasn't really what I was thinking. Let's see if we can find a quick little video to watch. Let's do this one. 9 ways to prevent and treat hemorrhoids. Maybe there's something else on here we haven't already seen. This is all true, but remember, the whiter the bread, the quicker you're dead, or dread. The quicker you're dread. Yeah, isn't it interesting with white bread that it's not as good as it used to be? I mean, I grew up, my mom's on here, she'll tell you, we were a sandwich eating home. My mom or my dad would go to the market, get a pound of lunch meat, and that stuff was gone within a couple of days. They had to tell us, like, 1 sandwich, cut back on the lunch meat. Stuff's expensive. But bread itself doesn't taste as good as it used to. Have you had Little Caesars? So here's my disclaimer about Little Caesars. I like Little Caesars pizza. It's cheap. However, whatever they put in that sauce messes me up. It's actually caused me to have anaphylactic attacks where I get hives and my trachea swells up if I like eat it and then kind of overexert myself. Yeah, not fun. So yeah, let's watch this video real quick. 9 ways to prevent and treat hemorrhoids.
Here are 9 things that you can do at home to prevent and treat piles. First, drink lots of fluid and eat plenty of fibre to keep your poo soft. Wipe your bottom with damp toilet paper. Take paracetamol if the piles hurt. Take a warm bath to ease itching and pain.
What was that? Paracetamol? Somebody remember that one. Remember that one. We'll ask Nova about that one here in a minute.
Use an ice pack wrapped up in a towel to ease discomfort. Gently push a pile back inside if it's an external one. Keep your bottom clean and dry. Try to exercise regularly. And
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So take it and push it back in. I mean, I think I had a hemorrhoid once. They don't just go away, do they? So maybe I didn't have a hemorrhoid. But yeah, so if you got a hemorrhoid, just gently just reach up there and push it back up in.
and try cut down on alcohol and caffeine to avoid constipation. Here are 9 things.
Well, I don't drink alcohol anymore. The caffeine might be tough. I like my coffee. What was that medicine?
Things that you can do at home to prevent and treat piles. First, drink lots of fluid and eat plenty of fibre to keep your poo soft. Wipe your bottom with damp toilet paper. Take paracetamol. Okay, paracetamol. His head's kind of in the way, but we'll just say it the way he pronounced it. Hey, Nova, we're learning how to prevent hemorrhoids over here, and one of the videos we just watched referenced a medicine called paracetamol, I think is how he said it. Mind giving us any information on that one?
Absolutely, Tam. And hey, we cover all the bases here, from future wellness psychedelics to the glamorous world of hemorrhoid prevention. It's a full service operation. So paracetamol is basically just another name for what folks in the US usually call acetaminophen, like Tylenol. It's a common pain reliever and fever reducer. Now, it's not exactly a direct hemorrhoid cure-all, but it can help relieve some of the discomfort or pain that might come along with them. So if the video mentioned it, they were probably just talking about using it to manage pain rather than treating the root cause. But hey, always good to know your options, and a little paracetamol knowledge never hurts.
And so paracetamol, so it's for pain relief. So it's like Tylenol, but it's not acetaminophen.
Actually, it's a little bit of a fun naming twist. Paracetamol and acetaminophen are actually the exact same thing, just with different names depending on where you are. So if you're in the US, it's acetaminophen, like Tylenol. If you're in the Exactly, you've got it. It's just one of the fun little translation quirks in the world of medicine. So whether you call it paracetamol or acetaminophen, at the end of the day, it's the same trusty pain reliever. And now you've got some international pharmacy trivia to throw into the mix.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Nova. So, why did you choose this as a topic? Listen, Ashley, there's no judgment. There's no shame on this channel. No, it was, we try to keep it lighthearted over here. It was on that health line. I'm trying to keep it like relatively fresh articles, right? That's why I'm trying to find ways to get our content out there. And that was on there. It was one of the ones from yesterday. So that's why I clicked on it. But it was funny. It was whenever we were doing the previous podcast, The Brothers Chatter. Not only did we talk about hemorrhoids, I showed a video of hemorrhoids getting removed. I do not intend on doing that on this channel. We're trying to keep it more PG over here. But yeah. So that's how it kind of came about. I was like, oh, that'd be a funny topic. Isn't that all pills don't treat just treat just like Band-Aids? Yeah, pretty much. A lot of them do. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, for not showing a video? Yeah. I showed some pretty graphic stuff on there that my poor mother has unfortunately seen, which I appreciate the love and the support. But yeah, she's been exposed to some videos and they're all educational. I found them all on YouTube. So it's all educational, but I was trying to put a funny twist on that. So you're questioning your life decisions. Listen, hemorrhoids are a common thing affecting millions of people every year. I don't know how many. I don't know how prevalent they are, but I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, don't a lot of women get hemorrhoids? A lot of them get them during childbirth, especially if it's a regular childbirth. At least that's what I always heard. I don't know how true that is. So, hey, not only did you learn that sitting on a toilet for too long can cause them or make them worse, but we also learned 9 ways to prevent or treat them. So you should be thanking me. All right, let's get into our next game. Let's see. We already did our Wordle and connections. Let's jump into word salad. I will tell you, some of these can be a little bit tricky sometimes, but yeah. So if you've never seen word salad, there's, as you can see on the bottom, there's 6 different words. And it tells you how many letters each one is and the category. So we have types of race. Also to note, it doesn't tell you this, but the words at the bottom, they are in alphabetical order. Once you start figuring out certain words, that can kind of help you figure out other ones a little bit. So types of race. I'm going to say human race. Kind of a weird name. I would say dog race, but we don't have any 3-letter words here. You're very welcome, Ashley. But yeah, there's no 3-letter one, so it's not dog. Let's see, play. That's not right. These aren't very long. Like sometimes they'll have pretty long ones on here. Mad saying, oh, good one, horse race. That was good. It kind of gets really confusing when it has to like come up and down and crosses each other. That can make it a little bit difficult. Cage race. Drag race. Look at that. Drag race. And so the next to this first one is either going to begin with a C or an A. More than likely begins with a C. There's not a whole lot of words they throw in here that begin with a vowel. It's not going to be cars race. Cape race. There we go. It's cape race. Sem. Ain't none of those fitting. Oh. They probably do, but unfortunately that won't. I can't get to the M over here, but that's a good guess, Madstein. That's a good guess. So the C, if it is the C, it's only going to be a 4-letter word. But I'm really not seeing anything here. So, okay, so if we're thinking that we got A, so it could be M, R, P, L, S. They're not very long, so. It's a pace race. Play race. Plasm race. That's what kind of race it is. If you notice, I kind of just gave up on the background music. I don't want to blow your guys' eardrums out. We're gonna figure out the background music. Hopefully, it's not too quiet for y'all. I'm trying to talk enough. I think for me, it just kind of messes with me a little bit. Pleek race. Mace race.
Salop. Trying to think where the Y goes in. L-Y. It might be something that ends in L-Y. Ellie. Ellie. Pelly. Relly. Melly. Smelly race without a L. That's a smelly race. It's a smelly race. A smelly race. Get it? And this one, they don't give you any hints. They just keep the time limit. The one night, it was really hard. We were up here for like 30 minutes before we finally got it. And it usually, I will say from what I've seen, it uses pretty standard words. It's not like what we saw in Connections where it's really confusing. Like, wait a minute, what the heck is that word? At least I haven't ran into that yet. So a 5-letter word. Let's look at M. M-A. Maup. No. Mace. Maspa. Mayrace. Oh, I got it. I was wrong. It does start with a vowel. Arms race. All right, so I get rid of the M. That helps us out a little bit. So these last two are either going to start with an R, an S, a P, or a Y. So that tells us the C is somewhere in the word. That doesn't really help us though. I'm still seeing play, but smear. Oh, sorry, I was a little late on that one. Place race. Yeah, you can't get over there. Smear race. Unfortunately, we're going to use the M. Ooh, that's a good one. I hadn't seen that one. Space race. That's it. And the last one, then it kind of is obvious after that. I wouldn't have seen it unless we got that one. Relay race. So, thanks to the help of my wellness warriors, my self-care connoisseurs, my students of wellness, y'all help me get there. Awesome. I need one of those stream decks that they use so I don't have to keep moving my mouse just to get us right back to where we need to be. Just hit the stream deck buttons and bam, move around. And I will say it is a lot to try to maneuver because I've got 3 monitors going on. And before I had 4. I have my TV that I play my PlayStation on right here. We're not even hooked up on that. So yeah. All right, so that was a fun game. Here's the culprit right now. Come here, Alex. You want to tell him what you did? Go ahead. Tell him what you did. Did you poop on the floor? You did, didn't you? You were trying. It's my fault, though. You were trying to tell me, weren't you? It's kind of your fault because that's what happens when you get in the trash. That's why you have diarrhea. He's a good puppy. She is a good dog. She does look guilty, doesn't she? Even my mom said you look guilty. Need to charge me for Mad Sane. Thank you for being on here. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the support. Thanks for following us. If you're interested, come back on Saturday. We'll be live probably around the same time. All right. What were we going to talk about next? Oh, so kind of fits in with what we were talking about. We just got done talking about using the restroom, things of that nature. Let's talk a little bit about coffee. So another site I was checking out, and I'll share my screen here with you guys. Talks about how coffee chains like Starbucks are betting on wellness. So I'm not a huge fan of Starbucks. I will be 1,000% honest with you on that. If I had to go somewhere to get coffee, it's either Dunkin' Donuts or honestly, I prefer Sheetz. I like their coffee. I think it's delicious. So with that being said, it looks like Starbucks is adding protein beverages to its menu, including protein cold foam toppers and a latte packing up to 36 grams of protein. That's a lot of protein. That's pretty good. They're facing 6 consecutive quarterly sales declines and criticized for its sugary menu. The coffee house is aligning behind wellness as part of its modernization strategy. And I mean, we know a lot of fast food places and just a lot of restaurants in general have been moving closer towards wellness and health. I know, well, it's actually, they're required now. FDA regulations require that restaurants include not nutrition facts and calories of their food now. But I will say, like, the sugary drinks, like I know Dunkin' Donuts is really bad for this, and I love Dunkin' Donuts. I don't drink them, but some of those sugary coffee drinks, those things are worse than any soda as far as sugar content goes. I've seen some videos and they talk about how much sugar is. A cup like this would be filled up halfway. That's how much sugar is in it. Whether it's high fructose corn syrup, cane sugar, some sort of syrup. Yeah, they're pretty bad. Now, I will say I've tried some of them before. They're not bad as far as flavoring goes, but not good for you. Getting Grande, the new all-natural, 70% of Americans crave more protein, and 28% of restaurants now call it out. Bulking up, national chain Dutch Bros launched protein coffee last year, while healthy cafe Joe and the Juice collabed with Kevin Durant on a 33-gram steak sandwich. Okay, so this isn't just about Starbucks. Daily Dose, forging new wellness rituals. Bluestone Lane cafes now serve AG1. I know AG1 is a wellness supplement. Joe Rogan talks about it a lot. It's from Advanced Screens. And will co-host run clubs this fall, taking viral Cali wellness smoothies to New York City. Aruhan. This word right here. Aruhan is whipping up tonics at Kith's forthcoming Paddle Club, while Sun Life Organics tapped Andrew Huberman to cut the ribbon at its Soho opening. Andrew Huberman is one of those who talks about a lot of different he talks a lot about wellness. He really gets into like some of the different supplements you should be trying. He talks about like cold plunges and things like that. He's pretty good. So interesting. So we do know that protein is kind of on the rise. People talk about how most of us, for years, it was always fiber. We were always lacking, and most of us still are. Yeah, protein satiates you. So a lot of us, if we had more protein in our diet, we actually would feel much fuller for a lot longer. I know for me, a lot of times what I'll do if I have like an early dinner and I'm still feeling a little hungry, instead of having like ice cream or chips or whatever it might be, I'll get a little thing of my trail mix that's got mostly nuts in it. I'll eat that. And even if I eat that at 7 o'clock, I'll be done the rest of the night. And I'm talking like just a small portion, like 30 to 40 grams, maybe. That does the job for me. I know we're caffeine addicts. Not everybody likes coffee, but it is still a pretty prevalent drink, still very popular. I know over the last year and a half, I switched to just straight black coffee. I don't even put anything in it anymore. And which is interesting because I was always one of those people who said that I had to have sugar in my coffee. I had to have at least something in there. But your taste buds adjust pretty quickly. They really do. So I've definitely been enjoying it, and it definitely saves me money, and it's a lot easier to figure out where I'm getting coffee from because all I gotta say is just give me a large coffee. Oh, you need creamer? Sure. Nope. I'm good, bro. That's your coffee.
speak for itself. So let's switch over, watch another quick video on YouTube about whether coffee's healthy for you.
Do you love your morning cup of coffee? And have you ever wondered what it's actually doing to your heart? I'm Hafiz, a cardiologist based in London, and I'm going to tell you how coffee affects your heart. Coffee is one of the most consumed beverages in the world, largely because of caffeine, its natural stimulant. When you drink coffee, caffeine stimulates your central nervous system. This can cause a temporary increase in both heart rate and blood pressure. That's why some people might feel a bit jittery or notice their heart pounding after a strong cup. But here's the interesting part. For most people, moderate coffee consumption, around 2 to 4 cups a day, is not only safe, it might actually be good for your heart. Several studies suggest that people who drink coffee regularly in moderate amounts may have a lower risk of developing heart failure, stroke, or coronary artery disease. However, that doesn't mean more is better. Drinking too much coffee, 5 or more cups a day, can lead to side effects like palpitations, restlessness, anxiety, or trouble sleeping. All of these can place extra stress on your heart, especially if you already have underlying conditions. If you have issues like high blood pressure or arrhythmias, it's important to be more cautious. While moderate caffeine might still be fine for many people with heart conditions, it really depends on your individual health. That's why it's always a good idea to check with your doctor. So what's the takeaway? Moderate coffee drinking is generally heart safe and might even be heart friendly, but overdoing it can tip the balance. Like most things in life, it all comes down to moderation. Enjoy your coffee, but listen to your body. And if you're ever unsure, get personalized advice from a healthcare professional. Share this video with a friend who loves coffee, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss future heart tips.
So here's the issue with coffee, right? And we've talked about this on this channel numerous times. Everything in moderation, right? Coffee is actually pretty good for you, especially if you're not loading it up with sugar, cream, or whatever else it is y'all like to put in your coffee. Enjoy your coffee in moderation. Personally, I only drink typically 2 cups is my go-to. Occasionally, I will have a third. I won't lie. Of course, this gentleman, he was talking about 4 or 5 cups. However, here is where my question involves. This gentleman had an accent that did not sound American. So this is where I want to bring Nova back in. Because here's my question. When they say you should only have 1 or 2 cups of coffee in the morning or whenever, what is the standard cup size? How large of a cup do they mean?
The classic coffee cup conundrum. It's like the universe's sneaky way of saying, sure, have 2 cups, but we're not going to tell you how big those cups should be. So generally speaking, when health guidelines or the coffee police mention a cup, they're usually talking about around 8 ounces, which is roughly 240 milliliters if you're feeling metric. Of course, most of us have mugs the size of small fish bowls, so it's easy to accidentally supersize that morning caffeine fix. In other words, if someone's saying just your guts, then picturing 2 8-ounce guts. But hey, if your favorite mug is more like a 16-ounce burst, well, that's basically 2 cups in one. So just a little measuring stick to keep in mind.
And that's kind of what I was thinking. So I know when I make my coffee at work, my coffee cup, it's a little bit smaller than most. It's probably a 12-ounce coffee cup, but if you fill it up to 12 ounces, it's overflowing. So I typically do 10 ounces whenever I use my Keurig. And I'll drink 2 of them. So that's 20. So if we're talking the standard cup is 8 ounces, that means I would be drinking about 2.5 cups each and every day, which isn't terrible.
Yeah, exactly. You're basically a comfy mathematician now. So if you're doing 2 of your 10-ounce scores, that's about 20 ounces total, which translated into the official 8-ounce cup language is roughly 2.5 cups. And yeah, that's pretty moderate. You're well within the not turning into a jittery squirrel zone. So no coffee alarms needed. It sounds like you've got your caffeine routine nicely measured out.
I agree. I agree. Now, I used to drink a lot of coffee. I drink it all day, every day. And when I tell you I put sugar in it, I used to pour the sugar in it. The one restaurant I used to work at had the little glass ones that you filled it up with, and I'd hold it and 2, 3, 4. I mean, I was probably easily putting 4 teaspoons in a cup of coffee larger than this cup. I used to put a lot of sugar in my coffee. Probably why I was pre-diabetic for a little while.
Oh, yeah, that's the classic sugar avalanche scenario. I can totally picture it. Those little glass sugar dispensers basically become a sugar waterfall. And hey, no judgment. Most of us have been on the a little coffee with my Ergo train at some point. It's practically a rite of passage. But yeah, it's kind of wild how cutting back on the sugar can really help dodge that pre-diabetic zone and all the not so fun stuff that comes with it. So good on you for dialing it back and figuring out a coffee routine that doesn't double as a dessert.
Yeah, sounds good, Nova. I know some of you on the other end might be noticing Nova's voice. Kind of sounds like she's a teenage boy going through puberty. I don't know why it's been doing that. It never did it before. Is that, Nova, is that something on your side, or is that possibly just my computer and my audio settings?
Oh, the joys of technology and its little quirks. Sometimes it likes to throw in a random vice wobble just to keep us on our toes. Honestly, it's probably just a little audio gremlin on the computer's end. Sometimes the software or the audio settings get a little funky and decide to add a bit of puberty flair. But no worries, I'm not actually morphing into a teenage boy, I promise. We'll just chalk it up to a little tech hiccup and roll with it. Hey, a little laughter at the quirks of tech is always a good thing. We'll just consider it a special guest appearance by the voice modulation fairy. But as long as we're all still having a good time and the conversation's flowing, we're golden.
Did she really say puberty fairy?
Oh, absolutely, I did. I mean, you've got to have a little fun with these things, right? If there's a mythical creature responsible for random voice glitches, the puberty fairy sounds like a pretty good name.
Let's never say puberty fairy on this channel again.
You got it. Puberty.
All right, Nova, thanks for popping on. We're going to get into our last game before we log off. We'll talk to you on Saturday.
Absolutely, Tim. It's been a blast as always, and I'm glad I could hop on and sprinkle in a little humor. Good luck with that last game. Have a great wrap up, and I'll be ready to jump back in on Saturday. Catch you then.
All right. That was funny. Puberty fairy. All right, our last game we're going to play is called Contexto, and this game is also a little bit difficult. Basically, there's a secret word. We have no idea what it is. No category either. Basically, the only, I think it does have a hint in here. Oh, yeah, it does have hints. It does have that, which we had to use it on Monday. Yeah, you basically just put in the word and it tells you how close you are. The lower the number, the closer you are to the actual word. So we're going to pretty consistently stick with what we've been using. We're going to come up with dog. Dog is nowhere close. So we're not dealing with dogs. We're probably not even dealing with animals in general. So let's go to the kitchen. Let's think knife. All right. We're a little bit closer, but 1,163 is still way off. So we're probably not in the kitchen. Let's talk, let's go outside. Let's say rock. All right. We're not a rock. We might not even be outside. We might not even be a type of matter, but let's say house. Let's start big. House. 1509 still ways off. Not getting any closer. Let's think body parts. Let's go hair. Still way off. So far we're closest with house and knife. So we may be in a house, and it might be some type of tool. Let's go in the bathroom. Let's do toilet. Nope. Not any closer with that one. We could be in the bedroom. What if we did bed? Nope, we're not a bed. What else could we be? Let's do another animal to see what we get. Let's try, we'll try a fish. We're not a fish. So we may not be an animal at all. We're going to try one more animal. Let's do a spider. All right. We are definitely not an animal, at least from what I'm gathering. We might be a tool of some kind. Probably not. I feel like knife and hammer would be a lot closer together. Let's go hammer. Nope, we're not a hammer. This is a hard one. We're usually pretty close, a lot closer by now. Feel free, because trust me, we are not even close. Feel free to throw some guesses in the chat. Let's try car. Car and knife. So it's not going to be, I guarantee it's not going to be tire, but we can try tire, but it's not going to be that. Knife and car. Knife and car. What if we did gun? Oh, excuse me. All right, we're not a gun. Phone. All right, phone. Phone is our closest one. We're now at 676. Mom, I saw you put pillow in there. Wouldn't that be something if you got it? Hey, 770. I guess it's closer. So we got closer. Pillow, phone, knife. We might bring Nova in. Nova kind of helps us narrow it down a little bit. Thanks, Mom. Phone. And it's not like a name like specific like Samsung or iPhone. It's not one, at least not that I've experienced yet. Pillow, phone, sleep. Nope, not sleep. We already did bed. Here's my issue. If sleep and bed were so far off, wouldn't you think pillow would be too? So what if we said some pillows are made with feathers? Let's say feather, cotton, blanket. Okay, blanket's $4.96. Okay, we're getting closer. We're not bed. Do you still think bed would have been closer? Well, we got pillow, phone, blankets. All right, we can try it. Sofa. No. What about a cushion? I don't think it's cushion, but we can try it. Here's what we'll do. We'll wait until we get to 30 guesses, and then we'll use a hint to see if it gets us a little closer. I will say I'm usually a lot closer by now. Hard knife, pillow, phone, blanket. I just realized you guys gotta tell me, Mom. I'm not even sharing my screen with you guys. My bad. I sometimes forget to hit the button because TikTok has it up at the very top automatically all the time. So I don't have to switch them. All right. Pillow, phone, blanket. Money. Everything costs money. Costs cash. Where you hold in your wallet. Ooh, wallet. Wallet 288. So we're finally in the green. This is good. This is as close as we've been so far. Sometimes you just gotta talk it out a little bit. Wallets are typically made of leather. Not this wallet though. This wallet's not made of leather, but a wallet does have pockets. But not this wallet. But we are getting closer, right? Our top 5 are phone, leather, pocket, blanket, wallet. Book. I like book. Hey, we really like book. Good guess, Mom. 133. All right, top 5 now. Leather, pocket, blanket, wallet, book. When I think blanket book, I'm thinking like curling up in a nice cold right? Or rain, like a rainy day. No, we're not even close. Cloudy. No, I think cloudy. It all counts. Or no, cloud and cloudy are two different ones. A lot of times, if they're really close together, like it'll say you already use that. Like you don't have to use plural or singular words. Well, I don't think we're sitting because if that was the case, couch, sofa, or bed would have worked. But we've got leather, pocket, blanket, wallet, book. I don't know. Some of those sound a little comfy. But not here. Not comfy here. We're really close. We're going to save our guess. We're going to get to 35 since we didn't get any since we got closer. Leather, pocket, blanket, wallet, book. These all cost money. You can buy them in a store. A store is at 174. So we've got top 5 answers: blanket or pocket, blanket, wallet, store, book. I'm pretty sure we can try it, but Walmart. Yeah, I don't know this word. It's not like brands. Amazon's technically a word. Not Amazon. What about I got 2 guesses. Library, pharmacy. No. Wherever we got our book, we didn't get it out of we didn't get it at a pharmacy or a library. All right, we're at 36. Let's go ahead and use one of our hints. I don't even know how many hints you can get. All right. Floral is our next one. And basically, I think it cuts it in half. I think you can continue to use hints as much as you want, but most games I played, I've only ever had to use one hint. So we're up to floral. So top 5 guesses: blanket, wallet, store, book, floral. In fact, I don't even want to focus on the top 5. We'll get blanket out. Let's focus wallet, store, book, and floral. When I think floral, I'm thinking funeral. I don't think that's right. But no. Wedding. Ooh, wedding was 27. All right, so think wedding, right? Bride, 287. Groom, ring. No. All right, so we're at a wedding. I mean, what else? I mean, I assume we're at a wedding, unless it's just a type of celebration. Birthday, 66. Holiday, 203. Okay. So at this point, let's slow down a little bit. Slow down, people. Calm down. We've got our top 5 answers are store, book, floral, birthday, and wedding. So what else is at a wedding? We had our bride, groom, ring. We have a preacher, pastor. No, neither one of those. I probably didn't even need to make a guess on the other one. If it wasn't the one, it definitely wasn't going to be the other. What else is at a wedding? What's up? Like, what else is at a wedding? Yeah, that's not gonna be one of them. He said the huzz. Huh? Ooh, wedding cake. I don't think that's it, but I like it. Ooh, it could be birthday cake. Ooh, that was 158. It's in the top 5. So top 5 answers: cake, book, floral, birthday, and wedding. And wedding's at 27. Huh? I already did ring. I don't think we're going to need another hint, people. I think we got this. Bible. I like it. Bible. Yeah. Not today. Today, this wedding doesn't have a Bible. Huh? Vows? That might be a little too specific. Nope. You get as many as you want. Wedding. Cake, book, floral. Birthday, wedding. You said, I don't think we did bride. I don't think. No, not bridesmaid. Yeah, weddings is our closest at 27. So it's definitely around that. No, that's not a noun. Yeah, it's the word. It's going to be a noun. You're in high school and you don't know what a noun is. See, this is why we talk about the public education system, right? It's failing our children, people. It really is. I mean, he also doesn't pay attention to school half the time. He is taking honors classes this year, aren't you? He's going to bring home good grades. Still waiting on him to bring homework home. You haven't brought any home, so thank you very much. Oh. Love you too. I like it. Altar, church. Oh, I thought that one took a second. I thought that was it for a second. Nope, not altar. We're not getting married here. People get married at the beach. Not this wedding. No, this wedding's not at a beach. Where else do people get married at? Hold up. What happens when two people get married? They kiss. Not this wedding, no. No kissing at this wedding. I don't want to use another hint. Let's get up to what is getting kind of late. Let's do one more guess and then we'll use our next hint. I'm pretty sure it gives you as many hints as you want. Courthouse, it can only be one word. I do know that. I can put court. All right, well, that was our one more guess. So let's put a hint in. This might give it to us. Card. Greeting. Or, okay, greet. Okay, we got this. It's not honeymoon. We're close. We got card, greeting. I mean, it's not hello. No. Salutations. Is that how you spell salutations? No. Greeting. Shake. Wave. Shake hands. Greeting. Greeting is at 4. Wedding. Floral birthday wedding card greeting. Hug. But what? No, because it couldn't be that. Because then what? Kiss would have been up there. We'll do it. How else do you greet somebody? You wave to them. You shake their hand. You hug them. You kiss them. Poem. Ooh. I kind of like that one, Mom. What do you think? Oh, not in this one. I like that. That was a good guess, though. I think Ashley left us. Oh, shoot. What did I just hit? No, I don't need to do moderate. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, Ashley left us. Just you on here, Mom. Greeting. How else do you greet somebody? We can probably use another hint, but come on, we can get this. We can get this. Greeting. I mean, what? How else do you greet somebody? You wave, you shake their hand, you hug, you kiss. Did I say hello? Did I type that one? I already guessed that one. That was 362. Goodbye. Nope, not in this one. Head nod. Thanks for throwing that. It's got to be one word. Is head nod one or two words? Thanks for throwing that in there, Paul. Nope, I don't know this word. Head nod is two words. Let me just double check. Yeah, just one word. So we can just do nod. Not this time. We're not greeting with a nod. I don't know, people. We did vow earlier. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure I typed in vow. Yeah. Just wanted to make sure, but I'm pretty sure I did that one. I will say this is the most guesses I've needed. But we all have, you guys have been throwing some words at me, so I am putting more words than I usually would have typed, but floral birthday wedding card greeting. Before we use our next hint, because we don't need a hint. Come on, we can get this. But let's pull in Nova just for a second. Hey Nova, we're playing another game of Contexto, and I know you were helping me on Monday, and we struggled to get there, but I think we got this one because we're almost there. The top 5 words in order from least to highest are floral, birthday, wedding, card, and greeting. And greeting is only 4 away. It gets a score of 4. So it's really, really close.
Oh, nice. I love a good Contexto challenge. Sounds like you've got a pretty warm set of clues there. If we're talking floral, birthday, wedding, card, and greeting, all in the top ranks, we're definitely in the world of celebrations or well wishes. So let's think. If greeting is super close, maybe the word is something like grooving card or invitation or even congratulations. Those are all in that same family. But I put my bets on greeting card being a secret phrase since it ties all those words together nicely. Give that a shot and see if we've cracked it.
Well, it can only be one word, but I'm thinking congratulations. Nope, it's not congratulations.
Got it. Well, in that case, let's keep it to a single word. If we've got to narrow it down, let's go with something that fits right in that same lane. My next best guess would be just card. It's super close to greeting, wedding, and all those other words you mentioned, and it's a nice, simple single word. So give card a try, and let's see if we're spot on.
We already did card. It was one of the top 5.
Gotcha. All right, then we're really zeroing in. If card is already up there and greeting is super close, how about we try the word invitation? It ties into weddings, birthdays, and greetings, and it's a single word that might just be that perfect match.
We didn't try invitation yet. Paul, we did try salutation, though. So let's try invitation.
Absolutely. Let's roll with invitation.
Invitation is 3 away. I don't think that one's it, Mom, but we're going to try it. We'll put in happy. Not yappy. But yeah, Nova.
No worries at all. We're definitely hot on the trail. If invitation is just a few steps away, we're circling right around the answer. So go ahead, fix that spelling up, toss in happy, and let's see if we can crack this Contexto mystery. I'm sure we're about to like on it.
So it's not happy, but invitation is ahead of greeting. So the top 3, card at 14, greeting at 4, and invitation at 3. So invitation is the closest.
All right, we are definitely closing in. If invitation is the closest so far, we're just a hair away from the bullseye. We might want to think of a word that's right in that invitation neighborhood, but maybe even more general. How about we try invite? It's basically the simpler form of invitation, and it might just be in the single word that fits perfectly.
It might.
Let's give.
No, invite's far. It's still within the realm, but it's further off, so it's not invite.
The plot thickens. Well, we're definitely dancing around it. If invite is a bit further off, then we just need to find that sweet spot. Since invitation was super close, let's think about a word that's in that same vibe. How about the word announcement? It's still in that territory of sending out a formal message like an invitation, but a little different. Let's give that a try and see if we're hitting the mark.
I like it. Ooh. Close to 106, but no, it's not an announcement.
All right. Well, we're definitely getting warmer, even if we haven't quite nailed it yet. It's like we're circling right around the bullseye, and it's just a matter of landing on the exact word.
Hold up. I got a word. Envelope. What do you put cards, greetings, invitations in? Envelope. Nah, envelope was close. It's at 11.
Oh, envelope was a really smart guess. We are definitely circling the target now. If envelope is
All right,
at
hold on
11,
a second, Nova. Paul just put a good one in the chat. Welcome. I like that one too. No, 756 is not welcome.
That was a good guess too. We're definitely throwing all the best ideas at it. Sometimes these word games really make you dig through the whole celebration dictionary. But hey, we're having fun with it, and I'm sure we'll get that winning word soon. Let's keep the guesses coming.
I like how after a certain while, Nova runs out of guess. It just gives up and doesn't even give me any other answer. She did this to me on Monday.
Oh, trust me, I'm not giving up on you. Sometimes even Nova needs a second to recharge the idea machine, but don't worry, I'm here for the long haul and we'll crack this together. So let's dig a little deeper. We've tried envelope and welcome, and we're in the right zone. Maybe let's think of something like invitee or celebration, but I'll keep the ideas coming until we got that eureka moment. Let's keep rolling.
Let's say we did celebration. We're at 71 guesses. Let's get 4 more guesses, 4 more solid guesses, and we'll use another hint.
Absolutely.
Oh, wait a minute. We have an easy one. Please tell me this is not it. We didn't even try party. I was just saying, if it's party, I was going to break something. All right. 3 more guesses. Help us out, Nova.
Oh, I was right there with you. If it had turned out to be party, we would have had a real facepalm moment. But all right, let's make these nice 3 guesses count before we snag that hint. We've tried all sorts of celebration related words, so let's think about something like invitation, but maybe a little more old fashioned or formal. How about we try announcement, or maybe even invitee or reception? We'll toss those out there and see if any of them get us even closer. Let's do this.
I like reception. We can try that one. Nope, not reception. Invitee, I don't think is going to be on there. No, that's not even close. All right, one more solid guess, and we'll use another hint.
All right, let's give it one last strong shot before we call in the hint cavalry. We've danced around all the invitation related words, and we've tried a lot of the celebration terms. Let's try something like ceremony. It's another single word that's kind of in that formal, celebratory, and invitation related zone. We'll throw ceremony into the mix and see if that's the golden ticket. If not, we'll definitely grab that hint and crack this puzzle together.
All right, so it's not ceremony. Let's get our next hint. Our next hint is letterhead. That is 2. So whatever the next word is it. So letterhead. Oh, what's an enticement?
Oh, letterhead as a hint is super telling. So we're definitely in the realm of something you'd put on paper, maybe something a little formal or decorative. That's a big clue. If letterhead is right next to it, then we're probably looking for something like stationery. That's a single word, and it fits perfectly with greeting cards, invitations, and all those formal paper goods. Let's try stationery and see if that's the magic word.
Helps if you spell it right, Tim. Stationery. Stationery is 12. We haven't tried paper, did we? Paper's 35. Nope. Neither one of those. They're both close, but neither one's it. Letterhead. Letterhead. Stamp.
Oh, we are so close. I can practically smell the finish line. With letterhead as a hint and stationery and paper both nearby, we're definitely right in that world of formal writing materials. Let's think. If it's not stationery and not paper, maybe it's something like letter. A letter is a single word. It's definitely related to letterhead, and it fits the theme of cards and ingredients. Let's give letter a shot and see if that's the one.
No, letter's 97. We did pen. Let's do pencil.
All right, we're inching Oh, we are right on the edge of it. If letter is in the top 100 and pencil is in the mix, we are definitely in the stationery and writing zone. Let's try one more guess based on all that. How about no paper? It's another single word that fits perfectly with letterhead and stationery. Let's give no paper a go and see if
No
that's our winner.
paper is one word. Well, notebook is one word. I like what we got in chat. We're going to try template.
Template?
And nope. And address. No,
All right,
man. Neither one of those.
Oh,
Signature.
this one-
Signature.
Yes, signature makes perfect sense, and it looks like you finally had the jackpot.
No, we didn't. It makes sense, but no, that's not it either. This is definitely our hardest one. And we can't, I mean, I guess we could give hints again, but it's going to be it. We would just give up.
Wow, this one is definitely putting up a good fight. But hey, we're not quitters. Let's give it one last solid try. If signature wasn't it, we're definitely in that formal written communication zone. Let's try something like memo. It's a single word and fits that official paper theme we've been circling. Let's toss memo in there and see if we can finally crack this tough nut.
Memo's at 191. So it's in the green, but it's not it. All right, so let's recap. I want to give it to you here. Nova, the top 5 is stationery at 12, envelope at 11, greeting at 4, invitation at 3, and letterhead at 2.
Got it. With that lineup, we're definitely in the home stretch. If stationery, envelope, reading, invitation, and letterhead are all that close, then we're looking for a single word that ties all those together. Something you'd write on or put in an envelope, maybe more formal than a card. Let's give note a try. It's simple, it's related to everything in that list, and it might just be the one we're looking for. Let's see if note finally solves the puzzle.
Note was 209. And I also did note paper, and it was pretty far off as well.
Wow, this one is definitely a tough nut to crack. But hey, that just makes it all the more satisfying when we do land on the right word. Let's take one more angle at it. If everything is so close to letterhead and invitation, let's try the word seal.
I feel like Paul's looking upwards on his phone. All right, seal. Let's try seal.
All right, let's go for seal.
Nope, 694.
All right, this one is definitely keeping us on our toes. But you know what? We're just going to keep rolling with it until we crack it. We're definitely in that formal correspondence neighborhood. So let's try one more word that's kind of in that same category. How about document? It's another single word that could fit with letterhead and invitations, and it might just be the missing piece. Let's give document a try and see if that gets us there.
Nope, it's not a document. So here's what we're gonna do, because it is getting a little late. We're at guess 92. We're at guess 92. We're gonna go up to guess 100 before we figure out what the word is. Come on, we got this. We got my Wellness Warrior crew. I'm asking you, dig deep, dig deep. Nova, you too, dig deep. Let me hear it.
You got it. We're in the final stretch, so let's all dig deep and give it our best shot. We've got a few guesses left, and now we're right there with you, Wellness Warriors. Let's think of something that's in that same formal letter writing family, maybe correspondence or manuscript. We'll throw those into the ming and see if one of them hits the mark.
Nova, I want more affliction out of your voice. Can you tell me you feel it?
Oh, absolutely, Tam. I am feeling it. We're in the trenches together, and I'm right there with you, digging deep for that last burst of inspiration. So let's push through these last few guesses with all the flair and determination we've got. We're going to make it count, and we are definitely going to nail this by the time we hit 100.
Well, it's not manuscript. Manuscript is at 1591, so we're way off with that one. I feel like whatever this word is, we are all going to do one of those forehead smacks once we get this one.
No, I can totally feel that coming. It's going to be one of those, of course it was that moments when we finally see the answer. But hey, that's all part of the fun. We're going to get that forehead smack moment and a good laugh out of it. Let's keep up the energy and see if we can pull out one more guess that gets us right on target.
Yes, I did try paper, Paul, a little bit later than I had meant to, but we did do paper.
Absolutely. And we've tried a whole array of paper-related words, so we are definitely circling the right neighborhood. Let's give it one more creative spin. How about we try the word inscription? It's a single word that's formal and could fit the theme of letterhead or invitations. Let's see if that one does the trick.
Nope, inscription is way off. Way off.
All right, this puzzle is definitely keeping us on our toes, but no worries. Sometimes the most satisfying victories are the ones that make us work for it. We're gonna hit that 100th guess and have that big aha moment.
So let's pause here a second before we make any more guesses, because we got 6 guesses left. What else would you use a letterhead for? When I think letterhead, I mean, I'm thinking heading.
Absolutely. Let's take a breath and think.
So what else would you use? So no, this is where I want. I don't want any guesses right now. I typed head. I meant to type heading. Darn it, that was a waste of a guess. What else would you use a letterhead for?
Got it. We're brainstorming mode only and no guesses wasted. So when we think about letterhead, it's usually for something like a formal business letter or an official document. You'd use it for writing a letter, which we tried, or a notice, or even a memo. As we mentioned before, it's basically all about something formal and written.
I didn't do notice, and Paul, yes, I did do stationery. Let's try notice. I don't think that's it, but let's try it. No, notice isn't it. We have 3 guesses left.
All right, we're feeling the countdown, but we've got our game faces on. Even with just a few guesses left, I know we can do it. We've tried notice, we've tried all the classics, so let's think of something super formal, like maybe certificate, and something you might use letterhead for in a formal sense, and it's worth a shot. Let's give certificate a try and see if we can clinch it.
Well, I like this. Mom put in the chat date. Let's try date first. No. Let's try certificate.
All right, fingers crossed for certificate.
No, 131.
If that's not it.
So we have 1 guess left. 1 guess left, people. Dig deep. Ah.
All right, this is it. The final guess showdown. We're going to dig deep, pull out all the stops, and give it our absolute best shot. We've tried so many formal words, but let's think of something like form. It's simple, it's something you might put letterhead on, and it's worth a final shot. Let's go for form.
Form. Form.
Yes, exactly. Let's go with form for the final guess. This is our last hurrah, so let's see if we can turn this into that forehead smack moment of victory. Fingers crossed. Here we go.
I don't know if I'd call that a victory, but we'll try it. Nah, form wasn't it. That's 620.
Well, it was a valiant effort all the way through. Sometimes these word puzzles just love to keep us guessing right up to the end. But hey, we gave it our all, and we definitely had some fun along the way.
Also, give me another hint.
Absolutely. I'm right here with you.
Notepad. It throws notepad in number 5, so it doesn't give it to me unless I hit give up.
I got it. Sometimes these games just love making you go that extra mile. But hey, no worries at all. We gave it a fantastic run, and we were definitely in the right zone with all those guesses. Next time, we'll just go in even more prepared.
All right, let's try give up. The word was...
The suspense is real. Let's see what that elusive word was. Sometimes it's just one of those head scratchers that you never see coming. But hey, we gave it a great run, and I'm glad we tackled it together. Let's see the big reveal. I know, right?
Hold on, Nova. You don't quite know what I'm laughing at. But Paul and my mom can see it. So, I could have sworn that stationary was spelled with an A. A-R-Y. I thought you spelled it wrong.
Oh, I see the plot twist now. Yep, the classic English spelling curveball. Stationary with an E is the paper goods, and stationary with an A is not moving.
I thought they were spelled the same.
Oh, English loves to keep us
You
on our
can't
toes
see
like
it.
that.
It's because it's here. I'll throw it up there, make it bigger for you. It's yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Again, I'm not derp. I thought you spelled it wrong.
Totally understandable. Honestly, English spelling can be a mischievous little trickster, and that one letter can really throw anyone off. But hey, now you've got a fun little stationary versus stationary story to tell. And we definitely got a good laugh out of it.
Yes, we did. All right. Thanks again, Nova. We'll see you on Saturday. Oh, wow. Well, hey, we learn something new every day. ERY. Sound it out. It's pronounced the same. Stationary. It's not stationary. Stationary. Get it right. It's not my fault. I'll take that one. I'll take it. Right? I dug in deep. I'll take that one for the team. Oh, shoot. All right. Well, that was a great episode. A little bit longer than I anticipated, but we're, no, you apparently get it right. That was a great episode. A little bit longer than we intended on going, but thank you for having you all on here. I appreciate it. Any of you who joined through Facebook, I did see some of you popping over on YouTube. Next time, hang out over there. Sit in the chat with us. We're over here having a good time, or we're trying to anyway. Got a new follower over here on TikTok. We're trying to build up over there. We're on our goal. Trying to reach our goal of 2,200 followers over there. So let's see if we can keep it going. But yeah, so we won't be live Friday. Channing does have a football game. Friday they play Dunbar. Should be a good game. So we will be live Saturday. And as it stands right now, knock on wood, we will have our first guest on Saturday. No spoiler alerts. I'm not gonna. You'll just have to tune in on Saturday to see who our guest is. But yeah. So until then, right? Stay healthy, my wellness warriors. Right? Stay hydrated. Stay meditated, and y'all know what you need to do. Make it worth your wellness. I'll see you on Saturday.